What is up, my veggies? My name is VeggieTales Raven, and welcome back to another movie review. And today we're going to be reviewing 2019's The Lion King. Now, yes, I have my watch back. Yay, watch back. Finally have my watch back, so I found it yesterday. If you guys haven't been wondering, being like, where does watch go? Found it yesterday. So today we're going to be reviewing the latest live action Disney remake, which is The Lion King, which has had a lot of controversy and a lot of criticism thrown towards it because of the fact that one thing is not actually live action, it's CGI, and it's the fact that a lot of the stuff is really just bad with this movie, especially with most critics. Like, really, almost every review I saw online hated this movie. If you've seen Doug Walker's review, oh my gosh, he went ham on this film. Like, he was just like, he shredded this movie for every ounce that it had. He like threw it through the paper shredder, set it on fire, and just everything to this movie. He hated it. And a whole bunch of people had problems with it too. Me, personally, didn't. I had my problems. I had some problems with the movie, I will not lie. But overall, I still enjoyed the film. And yes, once again, I'm rocking the Fortnite shirt. But something about this film didn't resonate with some people, and I understand why some hate went towards this film. Because there's some stuff in it I don't like. And literally, okay, let's just get into talking about the movie as a whole. First things first. If you've seen the original, you've seen this. Out of all the live action movies, this one really doesn't add much. Like, there's new stuff added to, like, with Beauty and the Beast and Cinderella and Aladdin and all those other ones that came out recently, by the way. Fun little fact about when I went and saw The Lion King. I also went and rewatched Aladdin. Had me a little bit of a Disney double feature. But with that being said, was the fact that this movie even exists. A lot of people think that's a problem. Me personally, I'm not somebody that hates the live action remakes. I don't hate these movies. I actually, pretty much everyone I've seen, I've loved. Now really, I haven't seen them all. Like, I haven't seen Pete's Dragon, and I haven't seen The Jungle Book, and I haven't seen Cinderella, and I haven't seen the original remake and the sequel to the live action remake of the 101 Dalmatians, and the sequel to that, and I also haven't seen another live action remake that came out years ago that a lot of people don't know about, but I'll talk about that in a future video. But the fact that this movie even exists is a problem for some people. Me, personally, that's not a problem for me because I like these movies. I have no problem with live action remakes. It gives a new look on the franchise and gives a new look to it. But I don't like the fact that it brings it into the real world. You can somewhat believe, hey, this exists in our world, kind of. But I do understand a lot of the gripes people have with this movie. And my few problems I had is that, one, a lot wasn't added. There are fart jokes more than there were in the original, and I don't like fart jokes. You guys know I don't like fart jokes. It's a fun movie. It's great to see these songs and stuff on the big screen in a new way. The CGI is done relatively well. These animals look real. And a lot of a complaint I've seen that people were complaining about how the movie, like, the lions conveyed no emotion. That's just because actual lions don't give any emotion, like, really. But for me, personally, I saw emotion. I don't know why other people... I do get why how something about me, personally, I could see. But I do understand the gripes of this movie. There's not much added to this. This is basically a carbon copy. There's slight changes, but nothing really big like there are in some of the other movies. Like, there's not really a lot to get excited about with this movie because it's basically a live action Lion King, which I had no problem with. Like, yes, I'm sitting there this whole time in the movie theater. I know everything that's going to happen. But gosh, it was so good, and I really enjoyed it. And I would very much recommend giving this a watch to anyone out there, because the movie is just overall a fun ride. And the CGI is done good. This stuff looks real. And that's just a huge positive plus for me for this movie, because a lot that gets done with movies like this, a remake, this is what people that really want a remake, and they're just like, oh, it's not like the original. This is probably make those kind of people happy. And honestly, my screening I went to, there was so many people. There was sold out screens. I had to wait longer to actually go see mine. That's why I had to see another movie beforehand. But dang, these movies, these live action movies, this one definitely did some things different that I didn't think other movies would do. But the thing is, I'm surprised that it did things it did, because like, even the smallest changes, and that's pretty much all that's in this that's new, is small little changes. And a lot of people, look, there's a lot of fun stuff in this movie, and I can't really say spoiler alert, because you really know everything that's already happened in this film, because if you've seen the original, because The Lion King is such a timeless film, and it's one of the best Disney movies of all time, and definitely one of my favorite movies of all time. It's definitely in that top 12, and just this movie, it just works for me, because I really do like seeing these movies brought to life like this. It's really interesting how they do this stuff, and just how interesting the everything is, and just all the I can't speak. Just how interesting the CGI looks, and how enjoyable this film actually is, and just everything that this movie does is done to. I feel like I'm just saying random crap at this point. But back to the movie itself. The songs are great. There is one thing I legitimately hated about this movie. What they did to Be Prepared. My favorite song from this freaking movie was shortened down. And at the end of the song, Scar still hits that freaking high note that he hits, and it's Be Prepared. That he still does that. But the song was so shortened, and it wasn't awful, but I really wish they would have had the whole song. It's my favorite song in the movie. In the original movie. So I know when I got back home, I had to hear the original. I was like, okay, let me hear what's good. Let me hear the good stuff. And that's one of my big complaints about this movie, is the fact that obviously it being live action and being more real, they really try to go very realistic with this film, besides animals talking and all that crap. They really do try to go super realistic with how the animals move and how the animals act, and just really, they try their best to make this movie super realistic to how a lion or a warthog it's just, I'm so surprised in how realistic they made this movie look, and how realistic the animals acted and moved. And I really just did like, Simba felt a little more arrogant when he got a little older, like more than he did in the original, which honestly I liked. It felt more like somebody who ran away from home and is not caring about life for really or anything like that. It really felt more like that, so I do applaud the movie for that. And a lot of people just really didn't like this movie. If you go on Rotten Tomatoes and look at the critic score compared to the audience score is a lot higher, because the movie is just more enjoyable. This, for me, is just a completely fantastic, not fantastic, but great movie. I really enjoyed it. There were problems. Like, some of the jokes didn't fall with me. They fell flat. There is one joke in the movie that I haven't heard people say, no, they didn't. That was literally a freaking Beauty and the Beast reference in this freaking movie. And I was like, they didn't. And I was the only one. I heard like 4 other people go like, no, they're not doing that. It was freaking hilarious. And another gripe I do have with the movie is the hyenas. Now, Because they're not the hyenas we know. Maybe one of the characters is, but the other one, like Senji, or however you say her name, the one that was originally voiced by Whoopi Goldberg, she is kind of like the lead hyena, which I'm not a fan of. And I guess one that's supposed to be Ed isn't as dumb as it was. I thought it was funnier when he was like, I thought that was funnier. But but I do like that there's a little more character to the hyenas. I do like that. Obviously, I don't think this is better than the original. That's obvious. I did hear one thing when I was walking out of the movie theater. I was like, does Simba's son have a name? I was like, do you know Disney, man? Simba didn't have a son. If you've seen The Lion King 2, Simba has a daughter. Unless you're talking about from the Lion Guard, but I'm not talking about that. I guarantee they weren't even talking about that. But there's just some stuff about this movie I really did enjoy, and I don't get a bunch of the hate. Yes, it's literally basically almost a line from line, carbon copy remake. The emotion's still there when Mufasa died. Oh, spoiler. When Mufasa died, yeah, it got me a little bit emotional. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't cry, but I got a little bit emotional. To be honest, though, the original never made me cry either. It did make me cry once. I don't know why I randomly cried with that my 5,000th viewing of the movie. But the way this movie works is, and Scar, people really complain about how his design kind of looking. His mane should have been a little darker and everything. But I don't think they did that because I think they were trying to make it more realistic. I don't know about lions if they would have done the way Scar did in the movie. But I do, and one thing I thought I wasn't going to like about this movie ended up being awesome. I loved Zazu. I thought, no, you really can't change Zazu. But no, Zazu was pretty good. And the best parts of the movie is when Simba is still a cub. I enjoy the stuff when Simba is still a cub. That was some of the... And Just Can't Wait to Be King. I can't just wait, however the song is. Even though it doesn't have all the flashy colors like it does in the original... that sequence is really nice. Hakuna Matata, it's nowhere near as enthusiastic as it was in the original, but I do enjoy it more. But not more. I still enjoyed it. But then that part where they're talking about every time. There's one thing I was like, you know how in the song it goes, every time that and he stops. Pumbaa's like, Pumbaa, not in front of the kids. So the movie basically stops itself from doing a fart joke. But in this one, literally Pumbaa still says it, and he's like, Timon, you're not going to stop me? He's like, no, you're disgusting. I'm like, really? And I heard people laugh in the theater. I'm like, you thought that was funny? You thought that was funny? You thought that was funny? Because I didn't think it was funny. Because I just don't like fart jokes. But, unsurprisingly, the theater was packed. And I'm very pleased, and I will praise, I'm pretty sure this movie had most, I need to look this up because I'm on my computer right now. I'm pretty sure the movie had a mostly black cast, which is awesome. I have no problem with that at all. At least I know for the Lions, I think they were. I really am curious to check out the cast, though. I don't remember. So I know Beyonce was in this movie. And speaking of Beyonce, I know she did a song in the film that was like kind of like more like background music. I think that's what that was. Pretty sure that was her. Here we go. Yeah. I'm looking at the cast right now. And like... 3 people aren't black, which just doesn't bother me at all. Oh, maybe a couple. Like, literally, you got in the cast, there's Donald Glover, Beyonce, I can't pronounce this guy's name. This guy plays Scar. Then there's some other people that doesn't have their... But I really do... applaud this for using a mostly black cast. I do like that. Yeah, sure, Seth Rogen was in this, and Billy Eichner as Timon, and then John Oliver as Zazu, which I'm 100% okay with the fact that I'm really okay with the pretty much the fact that most of the cast was black. I'm 100% okay with that. I think it was a good direction to go. The voices matched the characters really well. A lot of people may have had some problem with Scar. Scar, I kind of had the same problem that I had with Jafar in Aladdin. The fact that Jafar didn't really fit Jafar. Scar kind of felt the same way a little bit. He didn't really fit Scar, but he was still Scar, if that makes any sense. And I still was okay with the character. So I felt the same way that I felt about... And the movie's just great. Hearing Circle of Life on the big screen was so much fun. Hearing... And that scene from there where Pumbaa and Timon are doing Lion Sleeps Tonight... The scenes dragged out a little longer, and I loved it. I'm like, oh, yes! I need more of this. I need our Timon and Pumbaa Christmas album. But this is a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun with the movie. Honestly, I walked out of the movie with problems. I was like, oh, I don't like that, didn't like that, didn't like that, didn't like that, didn't like that. There was a lot I didn't like. But from what I've said from many reviews in the past, what I did like counteracted more what I didn't like. There was more of what I did like than didn't. I had not a big problem with this movie. And like Brian Hall said, he also reviewed this film. He loved it, and so did I. I'm not going to give it a solid 5, though, because I don't think it deserves a solid 5. But I'm not sure if it deserves a solid 4 either. So I want to give it a 3.5 out of 5. Because it's a good movie. I enjoyed it. I do have a lot of problems with it. And I have to sit down and watch it again. Hopefully I get a chance to go see it again before it goes out of theaters, even though it just came out a few days ago. So I'll probably go get a second chance to go see it again. Maybe next month when I go see Dora, I'll watch it again. But guys, hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!